wonderful guests in our studio today. On my left hand is someone you are a bit familiar with, Abiodun Ayodele. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And on my right is a handsome young man doing very well in business, Mr. Oluwaseyi Makinde. You are welcome to our studio today. Yes, today we'll be dealing with a very interesting topic. It's something that you will do well to listen very well because you learn a lot from it. The young entrepreneur, that is the topic. The young entrepreneur. And our guest will be doing justice to this topic. So we're going to start with Ms. Abiodun. Please, what does entrepreneurship mean? What is it about? Can you make it easy for someone that didn't go to higher institution to really grasp it?
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for having me on this talk show. Entrepreneurship, okay, I'll try and make it very simple so that we all can understand. But I'd like you all to follow me because I'll be mentioning some very strategic things that comprise the term entrepreneurship. So, entrepreneurship is the process of starting a business by first identifying a problem. Are we getting it? You identify a problem first. You figure out the solution. Are you seeing the sequence? You figure out the solution. Then you acquire resources that will help you build that solution. Praise God. And also manage the required activities in those processes. Do we understand? Entrepreneurship is the way of starting a business. The first thing you have to do is to identify a problem. That's the first thing you have to do. Identify the problem. Then you figure out how that problem can be solved. Then you figure out how you can acquire resources to help that problem to be solved. Then manage the activities that are involved in those processes.
Wow. Okay, in case you don't know, Ms. Abiodun is actually the CEO of Imax Designs, an international fashion designer. She's celebrated all over the globe, and we are privileged to have her in our studio today. We'll be going to Mr. Sheyi, who is the CEO of Above FX. This in all manner of forex and crypto and anything that deals with exchange, finances. He's an expert. Do you have anything to say about entrepreneurship that she has not already said?
Okay, firstly I want to say thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome, sir.
I would say entrepreneurship is a skill on art which involves taking up opportunities in problems and taking advantage of those opportunities, organizing them, managing it for the purpose of making profit, of course, which involve taking financial risk.
Okay, so from what Abiodun said, you have to identify a problem within where you are and think of a solution to it. From what Sheyi is saying, you should prepare your mind for financial risk. If you can bring these things in, you are an entrepreneur. Okay, the field is entrepreneurship. The person that is in that field is the entrepreneur. Okay, would you say entrepreneurship is a necessary activity? Is it necessary? Because we read that millions of people are graduating, whereas there are no jobs to accommodate them. Is it a necessity? Is it something people should explore? What do you have to say about the necessity of entrepreneurship? Abiodun.
So why are you starting with me? Okay, entrepreneurship is very, very necessary. Now, take it from me. I read economics in school, and I came out with a very good degree. But the truth is, unemployment would always be on the increase. Unemployment would always be on the increase. You will not have the number of graduates that come out every year match up to the available jobs. There won't be an equilibrium. So for me, entrepreneurship is a necessity. It is a necessity. There are so many things. Pastor would always tell us, Pastor Sam would always say that there are so many things that you can do. really, there are so many things that can give you money all around you. So I would say it is a necessity, sir. In this present time that Nigeria is right now, it is important that you identify that one problem that you are so passionate about and convert it something you can get money from. Thank you, sir.
Okay, there's these people that say, me, I'm not a business kind of person. Me, I'm just office. Just put me in an office and I'm okay. I don't. Would you say entrepreneurship is an inborn something or something that a person can actually learn?
Okay. Before I answer that question, I would like to talk more on
Okay.
the necessity
Okay.
of entrepreneurship. See, it's something we can stay the whole day talking about, because one of the key thing about entrepreneurship is problem solving. And if we look at our society now, we see people not solving problems anymore. We are not seeing thinkers, people who are willing to go through the rigorous of thinking. I remember when I came to this state speaking, I could not really identify people that are doing a lot of things. First thing is logistics. People doing logistics. Another thing is waste reclaims. You see a lot of waste around us and people are not taking advantage of those things. And a spa, also a lot of problems around us that needed solution to. And these are the things entrepreneurship addresses. Another thing is job creation. Many more like that. What's it called? Environmental development and so on like that. So it's very important we take up the task of entrepreneurship. So going back to your question that you asked me, is it inborn or it is learned? I think entrepreneurship is learned. Nothing falls from the sky. It is a process that you develop yourself and you grow in it. I remember those days when we take time in the midnight, me and my brother, to think about what to do. Literally speaking, this is the truth. We can stay from 12 to 6 o'clock just thinking about a problem to solve. And I remember we started a popcorn business, a apple business. The funniest thing about the apple business was we were actually wanted to sell apple, literal apple, and we were thinking about being an ambassador for apple. As you can imagine, how does it relate? So it is learned. We failed so many times, even in apple. I can remember we went to Lagos to get packs of apples and we only sold one crate of it in the street. The rest was seat to priest. It was so funny. So it is something you learn over time. It is not inborn.
Wow, thank you very much. So it's something you can learn, and it's something you can learn anytime. Because some people feel like if I were younger, I would have done this. But now I'm an old man, I'm an old woman and all that. But it's something you can learn at any time. Okay. Are there special skills or attitudes or characteristics that a person should develop as in preparation to become an entrepreneur? Or is this something you just delve in and then it starts working for you? Mr.
Okay.
Biodu?
All right, sir. Before I answer your question, entrepreneurship, is it learned or inborn? It's a process. Are you understanding what I'm saying? You don't just get there. You start from somewhere and you keep building. There are many of us here that saw something when we were very small. I did plenty businesses when I was growing up. My God, there was nothing I did not do. Maybe I didn't do furniture. I sold recharge card. I sold bead. I sold frozen food. I did cake. I was just doing everything. My own was just be buying and I'm selling and I'm getting money. And many of us here that sold something when we were very small. As little as, you have 10 naira, you go and buy sweet 10, and you want to sell one for 10 naira to have 10 naira profits. Do you understand? As little as one will give you 100 naira, you will say, like someone like me, give me 100 naira. I will say, okay, let me go and buy kuli kuli. Yes, kuli kuli that time. I'll go and buy kuli kuli and keep. When I go to school, during break, I'll be selling it like that, and you're having money. So it's something that you can actually learn. It's not God specifies some persons, you must be an entrepreneur. No. If you can identify what your neighbor wants and you can provide it, that is the starting point. My neighbor needs something. I can provide it. Let me start from there. Okay, so are there traits that an entrepreneur must have? Okay, to be practical, the first thing is that you must have passion. Do you understand? If you don't have passion, just gonna relax. You must have passion because the field is not rosy. It's not sweet and honey and butter like that when you are starting. So you must have passion. You must be determined. You must be very, very determined that this is what you want, and this is how you are going to get it. And that thing that you must be a doer. You must be a doer. When you tell yourself, I want to do this, you must do this. Entrepreneurs don't need people to come and start motivating them. Or you stand up or come and go to work. No. If you are employed under somebody, you have to stand up and go to work because your pay is attached to it. But imagine you are self-employed like me. You don't have to motivate me. I don't work, I will not eat. Do you understand? I will not impact life. I will not create jobs for other people. So you have to be a doer. You have to be determined. You have to be forceful. You have to have survival instinct because this world is full of so many things are happening all around you. So there are many traits I can mention, but a few. There are so many. So you have to have survival instinct. You have to tell yourself. You have to be a risk taker. Jesus, very important. You don't know how to part away with money, then don't even start. Don't start. If you are someone that if you waste 10,000 naira like this, heaven and earth will hear your voice. Then you are not ready because there are times when you will lose money. Yes, you will lose money and you'll be like, what is the next course of action? Will you just say, let me just close down this business? It's not working. Let me go and look for something else to do. No. So you have to be a risk taker. You must know how to take risks and manage risks. Many persons don't know how to manage risks. You must know how to manage risks because if you don't know how to manage risks, you keep on making risks like that and you be going like that. No. Let me just stop it. Let me allow Above to say something.
You've really been so exhaustive with it. Thank you. Do you have something to
I
add
think
to that?
she has emphasized on the things needed to start up as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
I will just say a few things.
Okay.
The traits you need to have to be successful as an entrepreneur. I think the first thing I would say is, well, largely we are speaking to believers, so it's important to know that God first. It's important to make God first in every business you want to start. So the second thing is self-discipline. I can stay all along on this. You need to be disciplined. Do away with distractions. And the reason why I say self-discipline is, there was a time God told me something literally. He said, if you want to be successful in your business, then you need to sell yourself. What do I mean by selling yourself? There is an attitude, there is a trait, there is a personality you carry that beyond the product you are selling, people want to buy. I cannot come to a person that is aggressive or somebody that does not know how to attract customers. Even if the person is giving me a value due to the product is selling, I would be restricted or exactly because of the personality. Exactly. So you need to develop your personality, self-discipline, work on yourself. Be a good person beyond the product you are selling. Another thing that is important is integrity. I could remember when we started our company then, we have issues with people asking us, do I need to send this money before I get funding? Even if somebody wants to sell 5,000 naira, they will need to contact us first. But it got to a point because of the integrity we've built over time. People send millions of nairas and they don't even, some might not even ask you for 2 hours that they've sent money. You can imagine, because they know they will get their funds back. That is integrity. Another thing I think that is important is consistency. It's been a while that I know this. If you can't say you open a business as an entrepreneur now and you open today, you are off tomorrow. If you are giving me that signal, there's a way you are building something in my mentality that if I come tomorrow, this guy might not be there. What's the essence of even going? But if they know that you are consistent and persistent with what you do, regardless, anytime they come and they meet you, that's also important.
Wow.
Please, I would like to add something to what he has said. Now, he talked about selling yourself. That's the truth. Before someone buys your product, they buy you. first in the business world. If, I know we have some business people here, so you understand what I'm saying. When you go out to exchange your product for money, the first thing they see is you before they see your product. So you have to place value on yourself, because your product is like you. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to place value on yourself. You have to build yourself, build your communication skills. Many of you want to do business, but you don't know how to communicate. You can't talk to customers. You don't know how to persuade someone to buy from you. Business is persuasion. You don't know how to convince me to buy from you. You know how to tell me. Pastor said that there is no vacancy. It's displacement and replacement. So why should I buy from you? Do you understand? Why should you sew with Emax design? Why should you trade with Above? Do you understand? Why? What is that significant thing that makes you different from the other person? Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to take that also into cognizance.
Wow, thank you very much. Must entrepreneurship just be about starting out on virgin ground, or can you look at what is already in existence and improve on it? Must you start from the scratch, or can you improve on an existing product or existing service?
I think the challenge about that question is, what's the difference between a business and a businessman and an entrepreneur?
Okay.
I think
please help us.
That would answer that.
Help us.
A businessman leverage on a platform or a business, an existing business. An entrepreneur think about a new innovation entirely.
Good.
I think that's the difference between them.
Okay. I would like something practical from both of you now. In your experiences so far, are there hurdles that an entrepreneur starting out will pass through? Are there challenges? What are these challenges? What should someone starting out expect to encounter on the way?
Let me allow Above start.
Okay. Yeah, you sold apple and it didn't work. Why didn't your apple flourish?
Okay. The first thing I would say is basically finance.
Okay.
This is a huge problem. It's something I encountered over the times. That's the first thing. And I've seen a lot of people talk to me about me coming to invest in the company, and what they are talking about too is finance also. I remember a guy that chatted me a few months ago. He developed something, an online school, Campus 360. He's a tech guy. Also a guy that developed a website that a Jambite or somebody, a secondary school guy, can just learn past questions. All the past questions you can imagine is online, and you can do self-learning without going to tutorial. And the guy said I should come and partner with him. So a lot of people are having financial problems. Though as a kingdom person, we've been taught that should not be an issue, but it's something that I've seen that has affected a lot of people. Second thing is building of team. Unless you don't want to go far, you can start as a one-man team, but you can't go far as a one-man team. So building of team is important. Building like minds, you, because if it is only you, of course you can do it the way you want, but to get like minds that would do it the same way that you want is also important. That's another challenge that I've seen so far.
Okay, all right. Practical now. What was my challenge when I started? It wasn't money. It was fear. I was afraid. Literally, I was afraid. I remember when I finished service and I told Pastor Sam, I want to go back to Lagos, submit my CV, get a job and start working, start earning money, start living the real life. But cancel from here. I'm like, okay, let me relax. Pastor said, what do you know how to do? I said, I know how to sew. I used to sew clothes like that. He said, Biodun, start. I said, start. So I don't understand. Start what? I'm not starting anything. I was afraid. What was my fear? What would I tell my parents? I went to school for 4 years. Came out with a good result. I read economics. And you're telling me you want to come and be a fashion designer. I don't understand. Like, how will I put my mouth to say it? My father can slap me. So I was afraid. I was afraid of so many things. How would I survive? How would I cater for my bills? If they start calling me from home for money, how will I do all these things? So I was afraid. Then what did I do? I started though. I don't even know. With a friend's machine. I started with a friend's machine. Praise the Lord. So fear is one of the orders I started. Another one is finance. Yes. Finance is part of it. See, when you pump 10 million into my business right now, I know where it will stand. I know the ground it will take. You understand? So most persons cannot launch out because they don't have money. You have many ideas inside your head. You have many visions inside your head. But don't let money hinder you. Pastor will always say you have other capital that is not money. Leverage on people's platform. I leverage on somebody else's sewing machine. She's a fashion designer, but she's joking. Me, I was serious. So I was using her machine to make money. Do you understand? So leverage on other people. Don't just stay there. Another hurdle I had on the way was I don't know how to put it, but I was so concerned about my environment. Okay. What do I mean? I stay around people that work 7 to 5. They work 7 to 6. That's my life around me. They go to work in the morning, come back in the evening. So I'm like, so why would I graduate of second class upper, stay in the house? Let me also go out and be going to work and be coming back in the evening. That was like a major condition I had to contend with. Praise the Lord.
Okay. Okay. I think there's this thing that happens to graduates. Would you say a person's field of study that the person must necessarily stay within that lane or look beyond that lane? Because looking at the CEO of Emax here, she read economics. Yes, there's a lot of things a person can bring in from the knowledge of economics into the field of sewing. But needles and scissors may not be part of those things. So what do you have to say to people who are always looking at themselves as, I am a graduate and this is my field? I cannot come and bend myself so low to come and be doing something else that they may consider to be beneath them from the start. Then, I would also like to know, did you read financial related course in the university that made you choose the fintech industry?
Actually, I did not.
Okay.
I studied civil engineering in school.
Okay.
So,
that's funny.
I've always loved money, basically.
You love money?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I always wanted to work as an accountant, to work in an environment where money is being
available.
So I think coincidentally, and the orchestration of God, I found myself in the fintech world. So it's something I had passion for. I think passion is one thing that is important. Yeah. Regardless of what you studied in school, in as much as you can identify what your passion is, and don't get distracted about what people are saying. Entrepreneurship I would say is very hard than even doing 7 to 5 job. Why did I say that? It is how much you can work is how much you can get. Yeah. So it is your hard work that pays you. So it's a process, and you need to follow the process. It won't be rosy at first. So when you are seeing distractions, people making money when you just started, just endure and persevere.
Okay, thank you. Are there any current platforms that maybe somebody listening to us may not be aware of, where a person can start from? Like, you are already into fashion. Must it be fashion? Must it be fintech? What easily accessible platforms are available where a person can launch out as an entrepreneur?
Okay, there is an industry that is it's out already. It's in vogue. It's called knowledge monetization. Knowledge monetization. How does it work? You monetize your knowledge. Many of you have experience in telling somebody that is heartbroken. You can bring the person out of heartbreak and the person will come alive. You can monetize that stuff. You can monetize it, yes. You can monetize it. Okay, for example.
Okay, someone is saying how.
Okay, and
you should go around looking for broken-hearted people.
No. That's not what I mean. I was
Okay.
citing an example. Okay, I did a digital course of recent on my organization. So I discovered that I have many fashion designers who are freehanders. Just let me use this term so that you understand. They are freehanders means they use their hand to cut clothes. So I have many designers who are freehanders, and where fashion is going into now is going into pattern drafting. Pattern drafting means you get a paper, you draft the style you want to sew on that paper, make your proportions, make your corrections, contour everything to be like the person's body. Now I noticed that we have many persons who are just freehanders, and we have people that really know more about pattern drafting. So I sat down one night, I was thinking, you must think. Just think outside the box. I said, what can I do? I said, okay, can I put up a course? Now I have the knowledge of pattern drafting. Yes, I have the knowledge. I did an online course on it, on Coursera. I did an online course like that, so many platforms. So I have the knowledge. So I said, I can sell this knowledge and get money. So I put up a course outline. Now what I did was to break down what most of them already know, but they don't really know it. Do you understand? You know it, but you don't really know it. You can't really tell what the original name is called. So I brought out the original name, gave it some swag, gave it some packaging. So when you see it, you'll be like, which one is boss that technique? What is this lady saying like this? Am I sure? Anyway, let me just enroll for this course. You enroll for it and say, is this what she's talking about? Okay, I now know the name. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So there are things that you know. You know. You're not confident another person might know it, but you know it. You can take that and monetize it. Okay. You can take it. For example now, okay, let me just you can take it and monetize. Many of us here, I know how to bake. If I want to go into the baking industry, I may not have to bake physically, but I can monetize it with digital products. You understand? I can teach you theory on baking. And trust me, you will pay for my course. And you will pay heavily. Do you understand? So you can monetize what you already know. Many of us here, you can write. You know how to write. Bring out steps by step. How to start writing, how to think, how to write. See, if you don't start, you won't know you know. I didn't know I knew until I started. I just said, let me just try this thing. Just try it. And to my amazement, people were like, wow, ma, I'm grateful. I was like, really? It's just try you. Let me just try something. So if you don't try it, you will not know. So knowledge monetization, there is something that you know. Really, there is. You can monetize it. Give it a cost breakdown. Outline it. Attach a fee to it. Put it on social media. Share it to people in church. Let them share it for you. If out of 100 persons saw it, at least 10 will pay.
Wow.
Yes, 10 will pay. Now, practically, I launched the course on a website. So we did like a social media marketing stuff. And we had many persons that saw the course. Now, out of those many persons that saw the course now, my first trial, I had just 7 subscribers. Okay. At the rate of 2,000 naira. So once I'm bringing out the course again, I won't keep it at that rate. I'm stepping it further. Okay. Do you understand? So you can monetize your knowledge.
Okay. So one thing you can do is to set yourself.
Yes.
Look for what you already have. Even if you don't have the tools to produce them, you can teach another person how to produce them and make money by teaching the person. Is there another platform? Something that is readily...
Talking about platform, I would say, the Bible said something. It said, the sons of Issachar understand times and seasons. And I don't want us to limit ourselves in any way. The reason why I'm saying this is, even the Bible said, 4 rivers flows. The essence is to have a lot of source of incomes, so as streams to flow in. Don't limit yourself to whatsoever you are doing. And we need to identify what is in our time. If you are a fashion designer, it does not mean you can't do cryptocurrency. Yeah, there is a part of cryptocurrency that talks about investment. Just to know, have the adequate knowledge about investment. Invest your money and it works for you. So talking about platform, having this understanding, I think YouTube is a very good platform. whereby people can upload a content. There is something you can do, as she has rightly said. You can upload that thing. There's a lady that I watch every morning once I'm done praying and I've done all the necessary things. The lady upload cars, exotic cars, powerful cars, and houses. So I just take my time to expand my mind to watch those things. The lady is a YouTuber, and YouTube pays her monthly about millions of dollars just by uploading content. There's something you can upload. Just give it a good touch of nice videoing and upload it. It's a good platform. Another thing I would say is affiliate marketing. Now, to be practical about that, literally speaking, in a day, I might just wake up and say $100, $50, and that's about 60-something thousand in my account just by affiliate marketing. There are platforms whereby you can just give somebody link, register, whatsoever you want to do with it is left to you, and money continues to wait for you. So affiliate marketing is another thing someone can outsource as a platform.
Thank you very much.
Okay, one more, sir.
We have come to the end.
Okay, I wanted to mention just one more. Another thing is freelancing. Just go and research on it. Freelancing.
Okay, research on freelancing. Find out more about it. You will get things that are not free from freelancing. We want to thank our guests, Mr. Biodu Ayodele and Mr. Sheyi Makinde.
Thank you so much.
We're happy to have you today. Till we come out your way again next time. This is Set It Right.